Hello and welcome to Tax Matters and welcome to the month of March. TikTok, 2 months gone. In this month of March, entrepreneurs operating as sole enterprises or what is commonly called one-man business are obliged by law to file their returns under the direct assessment regime of the Personal Income Tax Act. Yes, while limited liability companies pay their taxes under the Companies Income Tax Act, partnerships, professional practices, and business names file under Personal Income Tax Act. So, have you done the needful? In other words, have you put your records together detailing incomes from all sources, expenditures, etc., etc.? Still on tax obligations and how to go about fulfilling them. TaxPro Max is the rave of the moment for those who have to file all types of taxes to the FIRS. TaxPro Max is a seamless end-to-end tax administration solution developed in-house by the FIRS, which has taken tax administration to the next level. Today, we are looking at how to check if withholding tax deducted from your payment due to your company has been duly remitted to the FIRS, thereby earning you your due credit note that will be used at the end of the road to offset part or whole of your company's income tax liabilities. We want to take you through how to log on to TaxPro Max to know if that money taken from you has been handed over to the appropriate quarters. First, log into TaxPro Max with your email address and password, and when you log in, look at the items listed on the left side of the home page, then click on Tax Activity. When you click on Tax Activity, it will display a list of various activities, then click on Tax Credit Account. When you click on Tax Credit Account, it will display Credit Control. Then choose Withholding Tax Credit and click on the View option, which will display all the withholding tax with the creditor's name, the credit, the description, and the various dates. You see, it is easy to know if the withholding tax deducted from your company has been remitted to the FIRS and, of course, your total credit status. Just log on to www.taxpromax.firs.gov.ng and that's it.
I'm a very busy man. My business involves a lot of traveling and I interface with lots and lots of people and organizations. Tax compliance used to be a big drag on my business. It was time consuming and very costly. But now, no more. Introducing the FIRS TaxPro Max, the truly fully end-to-end tax administration solution for companies' income tax, value-added tax, petroleum profits tax, and all other tax types. For fast, efficient, and convenient end-to-end tax experience, log on to www.taxpromax.firs.gov.ng. TaxPro Max has turned things around for me. It is fast, user-friendly, and cost-effective. FIRS, making tax administration as easy as ABC.
TaxPro Max, the truly end-to-end tax administration solution, making tax administration as easy as ABC. It is innovations of this kind, many of them, introduced by Nami, Executive Chairman FIRS, that have continued to attract commendations from several quarters. The other day, 3rd of February 2022, media giant DAAR Communications PLC, owners of African Independent Television, AIT, and Ray Power FM Radio, came calling at Revenue House, Abuja. Purpose. The main purpose was to confer an award on Nami, the Executive Chairman FIRS.
As a nation, it's a challenge that we must all take to salvage and redeem Nigeria and make sure that we get the wheel of state moving appropriately. And I believe that it is in the light of this, Mr. Chairman, that our body of editors and the team that appraise those who deserve to be honored every year took a retrospective look at the achievers in the year in different sectors and different areas, the reforms that they brought to bear, not only on the organizations they lead, but also on the nation in general. And it was in the search for one of those outstanding leaders who has done remarkably well in his chosen field that the searchlight fell on you, Mr. Chairman. And that searchlight brought to the fore the fact that under you and the tax reforms that you brought to bear on the Federal Inland Revenue Services, there have been some innovations using technology that has impacted positively on increased revenue to the Nigerian nation. And we thought, or our body of editors and assessors thought that this should not go unnoticed. And Mr. Chairman, this is what has qualified you for this very eminent and prestigious award of the DAAR Man of 2021 in the area of innovation in deployment of technology. And on behalf of the Board of Assessors, the Board Management and Staff on DAAR Communications PLC, I'd like to congratulate you, Mr. Chairman, for winning this award.
A visibly elated Nami in his response reeled out measures that have been taken and are being taken in the area of deployment of technology to make tax administration in Nigeria as easy as ABC.
I'm delighted this afternoon to receive the management and staff of DAAR Communication PLC at the Revenue House to present the DAAR Award for Innovative Solution Provider of the year 2021 to my humble self on behalf of my colleagues, staff, and board of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. I wish to commence my remarks by first acknowledging the fact of the symbolism of this award. The award, which you have identified the Federal Inland Revenue Service as the beneficiary, speaks to the concept of deploying innovative solutions to tackle challenges, and more particularly, how the FRS has deployed the TaxPro Max software in changing the landscape of tax administration in Nigeria. Today's gathering would not have happened but for the hard work, commitment, dedication, and patriotism of our staff. It will interest you to know at this junction that the TaxPro Max software was developed in-house by our staff who identified challenges of tax system, and with the support of the management, built from scratch this tax administration solution, and which has become today a game changer in revenue mobilization in our country.
Understanding performance of the FRS in 2021.
In the year 2021, the FRS achieved a collection of 6.405 trillion naira, which represents over 100% of our collection targets for 2021. It is also the first time the service is crossing the 6 trillion mark and the highest sum ever collected by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. I'm proud to say that technology, and to be precise, deployment of our homegrown TaxPro Max solution was the backbone to achieving this feat.
The ECFRS also used the occasion to call on the media for support.
Since the year 2017, FIS has contributed at least 60% of the revenue that is shared by the three tiers of government during FAC meeting monthly in Nigeria. This highlights the importance of the work we do at FIS. We do not take our call to serve lightly. This role can be made easier once stakeholders, like our colleagues in the media, take up patriotic duty of being tax ambassadors, promoting the obligation of paying taxes as a matter of pride to Nigerians, while also being a channel of educating citizens on why taxes matter.
Let's go taxing. Hand in hand, cheerfully. We go taxing as birds of a feather that flock around to make a living. With our signals drawn on the field, we go to pay our taxes cheerfully, knowing that our lives come to naught without us taxing together, to build our homestead, to mend our lives anew, to make our lives whole. Let's go taxing, hand in hand cheerfully, drawing our strength like a broom that breaks knots, for taxing together makes us wholesome.
I'm a very busy man. My business involves a lot of traveling and I interface with lots and lots of people and organizations. Tax compliance used to be a big drag on my business. It was time consuming and very costly. But now, no more. Introducing the FIRS TaxPro Max, the truly fully end-to-end tax administration solution for companies' income tax, value-added tax, petroleum profits tax, and all other tax types. For fast, efficient, and convenient end-to-end tax experience, log on to www.taxpromax.firs.gov.ng. TaxPro Max has turned things around for me. It is fast, user-friendly, and cost-effective. FIRS, making tax administration as easy as ABC.
Welcome back. We move on. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA for short, is a free trade area founded on the 21st of March 2018, with trade commencing on the 1st of January 2021. AfCFTA was created by the agreement entered into by 54 out of 55 African Union nations. AfCFTA aims at promoting intra-African trade, but it will also affect Africa's external trade relations. As at date, 24 countries, including Nigeria, have deposited their instruments of ratification of the agreement. The operational phase of the AfCFTA was launched during the 12th extraordinary session of the Assembly of the African Union on AfCFTA, held in Nami, Niger Republic, from the 7th to the 13th of July 2021. AfCFTA has its headquarters located in Accra, Ghana. The immediate questions that come to mind are: what would be the fiscal implications of AfCFTA if tariffs and border taxes are removed in the face of the quest by governments all over the world to raise revenue? What would increased and increasing production of goods arising from increasing demand in the area of strength of the various countries mean for employment and, by extension, direct and indirect taxes from workers? One will also like to know how ready Nigeria is to benefit from AfCFTA. And of course, what are the benefits accruable to micro, small and medium-scale enterprises who are rightly regarded as the engine room of business in Nigeria? After all, this program is Tax Matters, and taxes and revenue remain our primary interests. To sensitize the business community to the essence of AfCFTA, the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, collaborated with Oxfam Nigeria and the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria to hold a one-day stakeholder sensitization and consultation on the benefits of AfCFTA. Tax Matters immediately got interested. With the theme, Maximizing the Benefits of African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, focused on micro, small and medium enterprises. The event was held on Tuesday, December 7, 2021 at the Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja. The lead paper on maximizing the benefits of African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement was delivered by Professor R.I. Akintoye of Babcock University.
One of the objectives of this forum is to deepen public understanding of the AfCFTA, to influence and constantly engage and collaborate with policymakers through advocacy toward developing and updating and reviewing national strategy on AfCFTA and its implementation. Number two, to sensitize and build capacity of the micro, small, medium enterprises to leverage the inherent advantages, opportunities of the AfCFTA towards harnessing the potential benefits for value creation and improved export trade revenue derivation. If these objectives will be achieved, it may be very important for us to lay a very good foundation on this important subject of this agreement, whether we like it or not. Because when you liberalize trade, when you open your door, and there are going to be fiscal revenue losses in the short run. But is it important, or was it necessary for us to have signed? Although we have signed, what do we stand to benefit? And what will the micro, small, medium enterprises, what do they benefit from this agreement? And how can they maximize the benefit from this agreement? Don't forget that now these triples of agreements are now collapsed into one, which we call the African Continental Trade Area or Agreement. What are the general implications of this agreement? Number one, you have inclusive development, job opportunity cross-border. Then you have infrastructural exchange. What are we expecting? That at the end of the day, that totality of gain that we are expecting, everybody is expecting from this regional agreement. One, tariff waiver on a large variety of goods between African countries. There are going to be a waiver of tariffs. But I'm sure that the tax practitioners and tax administrators will be worried about this, because in the short run, tax revenue will go down, no doubt about that, in the short run.
After the paper presentation, there were two panel sessions. The first panel comprised of 3 discussants.
The whole idea of this African Continental Free Trade Agreement is about increasing the size of the market. And the bigger the market, the bigger the opportunities. We are talking about over 1.2 billion people. The value of the economy, we are talking about $3.4 trillion US dollars. The value of the African economy, and there's a relationship between the size of the economy and the opportunities that the economy provides. The beauty of trade, international trade, is not so much about what you can import. It is more importantly about what you can export. Now, if you look at the structure of our exports, crude oil and gas accounts for about 95% of the value of our exports. Agric, maybe 2.5%, mainly around the sub-region. Manufacturing, just about 2%, again mainly around the sub-region. So you can see that when it comes to exports, really we are not there. And for us to take full advantage of any trade agreement, you must have something to put on the table. So there's a whole lot of work that we need to do to ensure that we scale up our capacity to export. Because right now, this current picture doesn't give much comfort as far as export is concerned. Of course, we have better opportunities in the area of services, as we are beginning to see our banks, the entertainment industry, our films, the ICT, fashion and all of that. A lot of that you can find all over Africa. But when you talk about production, we have a major challenge. For the multinationals, of course, they are doing a bit in terms of exporting to the sub-region. But for the MSMEs, they are not there, practically not there at all. So when we are talking about export and taking advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, we need to bear these realities in mind.
Agriculture contributes about 24.14% to GDP. Dr. Muda Yusuf mentioned that our export of agriculture is about 2%. So you can see that there is a major gap between our production and our export. We need to fill that gap.
The second panel, again comprising of 3 discussants, spoke on maximizing the fiscal benefits of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement.
A free trade agreement everywhere around the world there's a fundamental principle to bringing countries together, to say, let us make it easier for trade to happen amongst these group of countries. Let us take out tariff barriers. Let us take out non-tariff barriers. It's logic. If there was a hindrance before between myself and whether your spouse, okay, and you take away that hindrance, what happens to the relationship? It becomes smoother, okay? Communication flows better. In the case of trade, you take out tariff and non-tariff barriers. Even if I don't like you, even if I don't want to work with you, we are fighting. The fact that there is something to benefit from, as long as there's something to benefit from my neighbor, I will force that conversation. So we have talked about that, we have said here that there are challenges. Yes, there are. We have been talking about the challenges for a long time, and these challenges have been here with us, and there will continue to be challenges. I think, personally, when I come for this kind of sessions and I'm talking about trade, whether this kind of fora or when I'm talking to businesses, I say, look, it's with us. It's going to benefit some people. Why can't it be you? And they say, oh, you know, there are no roads, the port infrastructure, of course the hard issues we talked about here, currency, language, trust, bias, all those things are there. But how can we make it work? What can we do to ensure that at the minimum we get some part of this improvement in trade? Because it is coming, it is here with us.
That's the point of it all. AfCFTA, like all other trade agreements of its type, will take out or take away tariffs, take away custom duties, and many more. The question will be, what would that mean for the revenue generation efforts of various governments? Let's have your view. Drop your comments on any of our social media handles. Once again, congratulations to the DAAR Man of the year 2021, Muhammad Mama Nami of the FIRS. Well-deserved honor. Keep the flag flying. There is no better honor than that given by the watchdogs, the media. To our viewers, thank you for watching. See you next week.